Bruce Lee sat alone in the center of the empty training hall, the late afternoon sun slanting through high windows and dust motes dancing like tiny spirits. Before him lay a single wooden sword, a simple bakken, its blade worn smooth by countless practice cuts. Today's lesson, he decided, would not be in speed or power, but in the mind that wins. Act 1, Defining Victory. Bruce lifted the bakken and held it at his side. He pictured a champion's trophy, gleaming in spotlights, but then he let that image dissolve. In its place he saw two silhouettes on a mat, himself and an opponent still unknown. Victory, he realized, was not a shine of metal trophies but the final breath after the match, standing firm when you thought you could not, and bowing with humility when all was done. Act 2, The Inner Opponent. With eyes closed, Bruce felt a tremor in his chest. It wasn't fear of the opponent but of doubt itself. He named this inner critic the Whisperer. The voice that says, "You're too slow," or "You'll fail." He turned the bakken's tip to himself and struck the air in a single fluid motion. "Victory first overcomes the Whisperer," he murmured, "for without belief, no blade can ever land." Act 3, Ritual of the First Strike. Bruce placed the bakken vertically before him, tip buried in the mat. He knelt and ran his fingertips along the grain of the wood. He recalled every strike he had practiced, every failed attempt, every moment he had risen despite exhaustion. Each memory was a brick in the foundation of his confidence. When he finally drew the sword in a single smooth motion, it felt less like a cut and more like the culmination of a lifetime's discipline. Act 4, Embracing the Turning Point. He rose and imagined pivoting on battle, when the fight might be slipping from his grasp. He visualized a moment of near defeat, then his own smile of defiance, the sudden surge of creativity that flips defense into offense. In that mental arena he practiced the turning strike, a blow not born of force, but of pivot, timing, and pure intent. That strike, he knew, was the heart of psychological victory. Act V, The Victory Bow. At the match's end, Bruce saw himself bowing, first to the opponent, then inward to his own effort. He recognized victory's two faces, triumph over another, and triumph over self. In that bow lay gratitude for challenge, respect for the contest, and acceptance of whatever the result might be. Epilogue, The Last Lesson. Bruce replaced the bakken on its rack and sat once more on the mat. He closed his eyes and breathed deeply. Victory was not a moment, it was a journey of mind and heart, conquering doubt, mastering intent, and honoring both opponent and self. In the stillness, he whispered to the empty hall. The greatest victory is the one within. And with that, the dragon's lesson on the psychology of victory was complete, etched in the quiet echo of a single breath.